and my ideals are crushed. I'm disgusted with life, and my only joy is the escape of sleep, the cousin of death. Saturday, December 10th, 2005. It seems that my being jumped by the Bloods has drawn a certain amount of sympathy, or maybe pity, from both the COs and the inmates who know me. I've been hearing a lot.
Can I say another one?
Yo, I want to talk to y'all about something. I'm talking to you niggas about niggas being fucking cowards and shit. Now I know a lot of gangster niggas be like, fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
We kill each other, nigga. You're not the niggas oppressing us.
Right.
So I say, man, the guns.
Right. The guns, nigga. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, welcome to the Father, the Son, and the Trolley Ghost. I'm your host, Heru.
It's Nyriq.
And today's subject is lessons I learned from poly relationship.
Oh, okay. I'm taking a big back seat for this one, folks. Probably gonna be like most of y'all right now.
What do you mean when you say that?
Don't know not a damn thing about poly relationships. I know what the meaning is. Maybe some people do, but if you could maybe explain for those who don't, what is a poly relationship?
So, poly is short for polyamorous. And so in general, poly relationship is a relationship where there's more than two people involved. You know what I'm saying? In my case, my relationship, it was me and it was three other ladies. But it wasn't like cheating sort of situation, things like that. Like I was, because everybody knew and agreed to be in the same relationship, and the ladies knew each other and hung out together at times and all of that. So, yeah. And how this came about is it's interesting how my the course of the life path that I walk, because when I was out in the street, when I was young, selling tree and shit, and then when I went to prison, all of that time in my life, I was learning the ways of men, especially prison. Like, I know men very, very well because of prison. You know what I'm saying? And then I got out. And the women gave me a crash course in the ways of women.
It was their turn, huh?
Yeah. And, I remember telling you before, when I got out of prison, I was very disappointed in men. And so, because the way that this whole thing came about, like, mentally, for me to even put me in a space where that would even happen in my life, right? Is in prison. I was just thinking about. I had a lot of time to think, of course, and I'm a thinking ass nigga anyway. I'm a philosopher, a bit of a philosopher. So I was just in prison thinking about relationships and shit, and just how I wanted to be when I got out. You know what I'm saying? And one conclusion I had come to was that I wasn't going to apologize for being a man no more. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to keep apologizing to women for being a man, being manly, doing shit that men do. Like, I just decided I'm not going to do that anymore because that's what I am. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry that you don't like that we do certain things or are certain ways, but that's what I am. Just like when you're on your period and all that, you require me to understand, right? Because it's natural. Because that's what you are, right? So when you know, being emotional, maybe being a little cantankerous and all of that, you want us to understand this shit and give you grace. I expect the same thing in return. You know what I mean? And that's how I was thinking. And the
Right.
other thing I was thinking was, I knew that I wasn't gonna want to be settled down like with one. I just didn't. I knew I wasn't gonna want anything restrictive going on in my life when I got out of that place. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so, yeah. So when I got out, that's how I used to deal with women. I would be like, "Hey, listen, I just got out." I tell them, "Hey, I was in prison. Like, I just got out." Like, and I'd be like, "Listen, that shit was like a bad relationship. You know what I mean? And she wouldn't let me out. I couldn't go nowhere. She told me what to do all the time. Like, that's what it. That's kind of what it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was a very restrictive situation. I was just like, I don't want anything restrictive right now. And they would usually, the way the women would deal with it would be like, well, you know what? I actually learned a valuable lesson
What's
in
that?
that. What I learned, because I didn't know this when I got out, but when men say shit to women, like be honest and shit, women be wanting you to be honest and shit. The problem be that when a man be honest with a woman about how he is, you know what I'm saying, or some shit, a lot of times they, like, if they, like, really feeling you, but that shit ain't for, what you just said ain't about to work for them, they be in their head like, all right, we'll see.
Like they're gonna try you anyway? Like
Yeah,
they're gonna
like we'll
try to.
see. Like I'm change you. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Or I'm going. Or you're going to be different from me. Something weird like that goes on in their head. Like either that or they just try to ignore it because they just want to mess with you anyway. That's what you. So that's what I learned. Like, so you can't. You gotta like be thinking for women a lot of the time. Like, listen, I don't think this is gonna work for you. You
I'm
know what
just
I'm
telling you
saying?
what it is right now.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? A lot of times they don't be understanding that shit. They be wondering why you be hit and run. A lot of that shit be you sometimes. Cause you not listening to this nigga.
He
You
done
know what I'm
told
saying?
you. He done told you.
Yeah. Yeah, he done told you there's certain things that you want that he ain't with. And you not paying, you want to fuck like, when when they into you like that and they want to fuck you, like,
That's all they care about for the most part.
sometimes they be bending their own standards, rules, all of that shit, because they
Right.
just want to do what they want to do right then. So, and then whatever happens, but that wasn't how shit was for me. Like, everything was cool. I got along with women pretty well when I got out, but you know, um, when it came to the poly relationship, like the shit kind of formed. Like so the way that it happened was the first lady that I met, and she who's now my daughter's mother. I met her first.
Okay.
Um, I told her, hey, I don't want anything restrictive. And the way that she responded to that was, well, I'm still looking for the dream. And, but I like you, so, we can hang out sometimes. And so that's how she dealt with that. And I was like, okay, because I'm not a jealous guy. That's one thing I got over very young, jealousy. I conquered that green-eyed monster in myself early on in life. Cause I'm kind of just a laid-back dude in the first place, like, or at least kind of used to be. Like, I don't know. Now I'm a little more militant about a lot of shit.
I don't know about right now.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody would describe me as laid back now, but generally, I respect people's free will. And my philosophy about that is shit, I see God respects free will, and He gave it to us. So, who are we to impose on each other's free will, right?
Right?
That's how I look at that shit. But, so anyway, so my daughter's mother dealt with it like that, and we was alright. We was cool for a while. Then I met um, my son's mother, and when I told her the same thing, kind of, I'm not looking for no
No, with
straight
that
beef. Right,
relations.
right. She was like, well, shit. I'm kind of on the same shit. Like, shit didn't work out with cause she had a son already. He was 10, and she was just like, oh, it didn't work out with his pops, and I don't want no mad fragile relationship where somebody do one thing and the whole shit is over with and it's all this drama shit. So we was kind of on the same wavelength with that, and so because of that, me and her was able to become really good friends,
Mm.
like actually good, um, like real friends, like. And then we was also, whatever, but we didn't have to do no lying. Like she had her little dudes that she messed with. Sometimes she would tell me about shit going on. I'd be like, damn, whatever, whatever. And I had my shit, and I would talk about shit I had going on. And we were just really cool. Like,
Right.
and we had personalities that was, you know, that just meshed pretty well early. And that's the thing that I learned too. Like, sometimes you got that explosive chemistry with people, man. You gotta be careful with that shit.
The
You
explosive
have,
chemistry can become too explosive.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we had a really, like, we had a spicy type of relationship. Like, she would talk to me slick, and I would talk back. It was just funny. We was, sometimes niggas get to playing too much. I learned that, like,
Yeah,
you
but yeah,
can't
I
you
get it.
can't be playing too much all the time in life, like, cause shit can get real. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be easy with the horseplay.
Hey, there's a reason why they say don't horseplay with females.
I mean, I ain't even talking about like physical horseplay. I'm talking about the slick back and forth, like, you know what
Uh,
I'm saying. That
well, yeah, yeah,
I'm referring to rough verbal play, kind of like
yeah,
horseplay, like physically. But yeah, like I learned that, like, yeah, and that's something. These are little things, little details of life and relationships that people don't zero in on like that sometimes, but it is valuable to have a little bit of awareness of certain dynamics and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyway, though, we was really good friends, like, because of that. And so, the poly relationship wasn't even my idea, yo. Like, I don't
you
even think
would
I,
you would have thought
huh?
so. You would have thought
Exactly.
you the horn dog out of jail. You trying to get down with Hall. You got three.
Anytime I tell people about this shit, that's automatically how they thinking. You know what I'm saying? And all of these things help me understand how I was the butt of the joke over there all the time, being a man, being a black man especially. But it's like it's just every
Right.
situation is weighted against you already when you step into it. Every single one. Every single situation over there is weighted against you once you step into it. And we've been dealing with that shit for so long, we don't even notice it as much anymore. But it's like, with me becoming more and more conscious and
Mm-hmm.
aware and not just operating in patterns and programs, right?
Right.
As I became more conscious and aware, it just was like, wait a minute now, because this situation now, it wasn't even my idea. You know what I'm saying? One day, this young lady, she says to me, "Yo, uh, I'm not gonna mess with no more of these other dudes no more, 'cause I get everything I need pretty much from you." And I'm just like, oh, well, now hold on now, man.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is a drastic change.
I don't think that's a good idea. You know, I don't intend on doing the same thing, right? And she's like, yeah, I know that. I'm all right with that. I'm cool with that. I said, well, nah, I don't think you're gonna be cool with that because
Telling yourself you cool with that.
yeah, because if I got stuff going on still, you don't got nothing going on no more. You know, your ego gonna get involved. She's like, nah, I want to try it. I think it's gonna be fine. I said, okay. All right, so you know, it went on like that for a while, and then one day she's just like, I want a poly relationship, and I was like, no. She didn't say that. One day she comes out of the blue, and she says, I'd like to meet the other ladies that you deal with, and I'm like, for why? For what reason?
It's like she progressively started getting more and more invasive.
Yeah. And I didn't see it like that at the time, because again, we was like really cool and shit. But you know, now I look back, and it was and she might have been very, very slick. But anyway, she wanted to meet because control ended up being a big thing with her, and yeah, so she asked to meet the other ladies that I deal with, and I'm like, nah, why would you want to do that? I don't think that's a good idea. And she's like, well, this is when she comes like with this idea of wanting a poly relationship, and she's like, you know, I feel like she made a good case for it. She's like, you know, look, because you know, there's multiple adults. More, you know, it's not just two helping out with all these things, and more income block, a larger income block. Like,
I wonder. It's funny because you know there was a whole social media thing, like it was a wave where like poly was being pushed on like as a thing on social media. Because a lot of the stuff you were saying, that's where I was getting at. Now that you reminded, brought it all the way back. It was that social media, a lot of the purposes you just said, why women should get into one, that was everything that social media was regurgitating. And it's almost funny because like now I don't see much push for it that much anymore, but it was like a crazy push for it. I can't really remember the year, but it was, certainly I think after COVID, like a little bit after COVID, maybe right during it. But, what I'm getting at is it's almost like she was put
you know what? That was. I won't say that wasn't really. Our shit started a little before that very span of time that you talking about, because we found ourselves kind of talking about it a lot, and there was a lot of like, and I was thinking it was just because that's what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see it as a trend. I was thinking that because we were doing it, we was just focused on seeing shit about it on the net. You get what I'm saying?
No.
You don't? Oh yeah. So it was a trend at the time. I didn't know that, but yeah, we was like finding a lot of stuff about it. Because we would be defending our position a lot. Because they ladies, and there's 3 of them with me, and they're like we all in the open kind of with it. Like really, like they families know, and for the most part, kind of some of that became a problem between them. It was just a lot of lessons that I learned in that shit, man, about female, cause about female nature. So just to finish the background, I'll try to keep it abbreviated as I can, cause it was a long relationship and it was serious. Like it was three ladies and each one of them had a child for me. My daughter was first, and then I had two sons that came afterwards. And yeah, the way the shit went was just ultimately is a little tragic, you know. But to finish the background, you know, she wanted to meet ladies. I'm like, I don't know. She tells me about the poly idea. You know, again, she's like, yo, it's more income.
And if I may clarify, this is the one that got close to you first.
No, this is the second one I met that got close to me though. Like the first one I met, we was cool. We was really cool, but because she was still like looking for like, you know, a marriage, a traditional relationship, we just kept a little space, you know. She didn't want to be too into me, and you know, I was, you know, a free guy, so you know what I'm saying. So I was a free man, so
right. But it was
yeah. So me and the other girl just got closer because I could do my thing and not worry about her emotions about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Too much. So if anything, my biggest problem with her was she always wanted to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because the girl, you know, she like recreational activities with other ladies. She wouldn't have described herself as, you know, gay or even bi, but
right.
she liked to play with girls. You know what I'm saying? And that's how she would describe it. But and you know what? It ended up being the reality of it too, because when it started to get serious, she just didn't have any respect for the other ladies. You know what I'm saying? Dignity, feelings, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that became a very big problem. But anyway, let me not skip ahead.
Yeah,
So boom, I let her. You know, I asked some of the other ladies that I was dealing with. You know, a couple of them met her, and you know. But my daughter's mother, first time I told her, she was like, "What the fuck for? No." And I don't want to meet no other bitch. What? Which, you know, most women will understand that reaction, right?
these days.
So I was like, cool, you ain't got to meet her. I didn't think it was a good idea either.
Yeah, I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like that for a while. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail, but from there, things happened, and another young lady had been brought into the picture by request, and
So the last one was by request.
yeah, because all right. So you know, the funny thing is, I kind of do gotta tell a little bit more of the story for people to even understand, because what happened was, even though she said fuck no at first, you know, what ended up happening was a little bit later, you know, she just came out the blue, was like, oh yeah, I want to meet her now. And I was like, already my spider sense was tingling and shit. I was like, what? Why all of a sudden you want? I was like, listen, don't come to this shit with no bad mind thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't come meeting this woman with an ill spirit now. Yeah, what? Because I'm suspicious. At first you said no, now all of a sudden it's yes.
I don't know. I got a feeling that it ends up where the person does.
So yeah. So you know, I fall for the bullshit. I fall for the bullshit. Turns out, you know, her homegirl was telling her, hyping her up, telling her she needed to see the competition, so she came with an ill spirit, and the meeting didn't go well at all. And
That's
so, boom, from there, you know, mind you, both of these women was career women, right? Like both had good job, corporate jobs. Now, I'm just out of prison.
he got the
I'm
corporate
trying to,
money.
I'm trying to figure out how to put my life back together. And these are both. So you know, I'm this whole time now. I'm thinking to myself a little bit. Either I'm that dude or something wrong with these women. Like, why would you want to be dealing with me?
All the
Right?
choices.
But and that but that's just what was happening. So I'm not gonna question wonderful things happening in my life, right? Who am I to question these things? So anyway, so what ends up happening is all of a sudden, no. What ends up happening is one day, like, cause the the first lady I met, that ended up being my daughter's mother, she was trying to find the dream, but all the women know the dream is difficult to find right now. So, and she just really liked me. So, it got to a point where she was just like not gonna keep gambling when she was okay with what was going, who I was and shit.
Yep.
Right. So,
Settle down.
one day she's like, she wants to have okay, damn. Anyway, one day she just decides she wants to have a daughter. I'm not gonna say she just decides one day. She says she always wanted to have a daughter, but she decides to actually tell me this. Like she wanted to have a daughter, and she ain't ever want to have a fool's baby, and I wasn't a fool. And we were cool. Would I do this with her? And I was just like, fuck no. Just got out of prison. Like, I don't even know how to take care of myself all the way. Yeah. I can't take care of no child. But this woman was a good career and all that. She's like, I don't need you like that. Like, to financially like that. Or at least not for a while. For the time being. I just be around for the kid. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea.
Boy, they sound like they just had traps out there laid out for you, man. They're just laying traps out.
I mean, this is how the shit went. And I'm just getting out of. See, one thing people don't understand, right? Again, going back to prison, right? Niggas don't understand how deep and serious an effect and impact that shit had on my life, right? Like, I'm really a babe in the woods.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean about, like, society being weighed against you all the time, no matter what, no matter who, no matter what situation you in over there. It's all because everybody gonna look at me like I'm this big bad man taking advantage of these women. Nigga, I was a little boy. I didn't know nothing about how grown women got down. I went to prison. That case came down on me when I was like 24 years old. So my experience with women consisted of some high school shit, and then your brother's mother, and your mom.
Right.
And your mom and my relationship was kind of short. So I didn't have, and then everybody was young. We was all kids.
Right.
So
grown aspect of it.
Right, so 12 years, and then it was 3 years on the run, which was kind of isolating, and then 12 years in prison. It's 15 years after that. My growing life, I ain't really interact with women at all.
The whole 15 damn.
So I don't know how grown women is getting down out here when I get out. You know what I'm saying? And they out here playing for keeps, yo. They out here playing. Cause you think about it, this shit starts for me at 24. I get out, I'm 38, about to be 39. So women in my age range and category, they got certain expectations they want, and they want it now. Because that goddamn biological clock is ticking and shit.
That's true.
And even, you know what I'm saying? And then even though these ladies was younger than me, you know, like, they playing for keeps. And I'm like, oh, you like me? Oh, great. I don't fucking, because niggas, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I'll say what I say after.
No, cause women will always say when I tell them, this shit and it went like this and it got fucked. Oh, you should have known better. I'm like, I didn't know better.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't, like, genuinely. I didn't. Like, what do you mean? And this is one of those things that made me learn, like, women have this, like, secret sorority, and every single one of them is a part of it. Even your mama, your sister, your daughter's being inducted right now. Like, yo, they all just support each other, back each other, 100%. And they, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, what do you mean I should have known better? What happened to your word being good as a human being?
Right. I should have known that you wasn't gonna hold your end of the word.
Right. I should have known you were lying. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because if that's what women want me to understand about this relationship, then what I say in return to you is that's why I don't respect you.
Right.
Okay, because your word means something.
Right.
Even as a lady. Okay, especially if you want to be referred to as a lady and not the way that I usually refer to you up here. Your word has to mean, you have to have some honor about yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a saint. But you do have to have some honor about yourself. What a lady is, actually, at its core, women, a woman who's a lady is just a woman who understands how men think and respects the shit.
Right.
You're not going to bend the rules. You're not about to change our mind. We're not about to be different and feminine for you. None of that shit. Like, you got to just respect that. So how that translates is like women know, like a lady knows that even when a man is giving you something, quote unquote, she knows how a nigga think.
You want something.
So she's not going to accept nothing unless she's entertaining the same thing that he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's going to do. That's what a lady's going to do. That's how she's going to handle a man, because she knows that you can't steal from men and that karma don't come back to you somehow eventually. And yes, taking things, using your beauty, sticking niggas up with your pussy, you know what I'm saying, making niggas give you shit on the hope that maybe you might, and you know you damn well you ain't. That's robbery.
Or like another one would be like a lady would know that even though men aren't supposed to just jump on you and ravage you because you got your ass and titties out, that don't mean that, you know, you can walk around with it out. Because
a lady knows that men are looking at you a certain way when you dress like that. And if she doesn't want... Yeah, I got to get deep into that, but it's kind of off the subject. I want to stick to just the relationship and then the lessons. Because there's a lot of relationship lessons that I learned from the poly thing. But yeah, a lady understands how men think, and she just conducts herself accordingly, according to what her goal is, and she's serious, and she's real about it.
right, intentful.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even mean that every lady has got to be a man's wife or do this. She
Right.
just don't be lying. Like, if I'm out here for the paper, I'm out here for the paper, and I'm telling you up front, this is what we on, this is what we doing. And
Yep.
nigga get with it or get gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that way a nigga could have his choice. Just like you want your grown woman choice up front. You know what I'm saying? With a nigga. Like, this is why I don't lie to women. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm giving you your grown woman choice. Once I tell you what it is, and you jump in there and you agree to it, like, you can't be fighting with me about it later.
That shit
Because
is
your
on you.
feelings change. You're right. Like, you got to stick to our agreement until we have and then if we have a renegotiation session and we can't come to the same terms, then that's just, we have to part ways. But you can't keep fighting with nobody. Like,
Right.
that's one of the big things that I got from my, like, don't, ladies, please, just get with a nigga program or leave him alone. It's not supposed to be your program that a nigga's getting with. And the reason that I say that is not just egotistical. It's just you'll never respect that nigga. So you're just not going, so then you're going to make yourself a terrible woman. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a nigga get with your program. Because what you do is you break his masculinity, especially in your own eyes and in your own mind. And then you don't even like the nigga no more. Stop fucking fighting with niggas. Like, either get with their program or leave them the fuck alone. But stop trying to, like, make them do and be what you want them to, because you don't even know what you want. And it's not, I'm not even trying to diss you. Like, it's just the way you made up.
Right. I agree. So getting back, I was going to say a little bit earlier that, like, almost as a disclaimer, because I know a couple of people that you was mentioned and whatnot, and I said that it's almost like they were setting up traps. I wanted to say maybe not traps, maybe like at the beginning, like these traps that they were saying they had good intentions at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, they even believed in the very same thing they was telling you to an extent, but you know, over time just didn't uphold that. So, just didn't uphold their word. Kind of like what we were saying,
They didn't uphold their word. And this part, because the female society, the witches council right now, the shit, it's concealing from women the fact that no, your word is important, and yeah, you gotta, like, you know how niggas will hold each other accountable for that type of shit, like, yo, even if it's some other shit, like, sometimes if a nigga see you, dealing with a nigga unfair, he might be like, yo, you tripping, man, come on. like, or at least be like, yeah, or at least tell his opinion of it, even if he ain't telling you to do something other than that's your business. But yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Bitches don't do that with each other, not with niggas.
No.
Like, it's just like, yeah, fuck that nigga, girl, go look for your happiness. No, you got a responsibility to niggas too, especially when you have a man child, like, because what ended up happening in the relationship, to just keep it to just in the general sense, is that, these women, each one of them, once the first one, because my daughter's mother, when she approached me with that, I was like, I didn't want to do it. But then she switch up all of a sudden. Now she wants to meet homegirl again.
Again?
So,
Second time?
yeah, like she wants to make amends for how she acted the first time, type shit. And now all of a sudden she's entertaining the poly relationship, because I guess in her mind, and I kind of get, it's like a dark and a light way that I could look at the way that the whole shit broke down. Like you say, the dark way was like, a lot of this shit was manipulation. But on the light side, it's like I could kind of understand, like, why she would do that in a way, because like I said, it kind of got to the point where she was like, I'm not finding that dream out there, and I'm really enjoying what I have already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not perfect.
Right.
So I was thinking on the light side of it at the time. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's not
saying?
how you're supposed to be in life, though. You know, that conclusion that you just had that she was coming to. You know that
Hmm.
I'm enjoying this. I'm not gonna find my. I'm not finding my dream out there. I'm enjoying what I got here. Let
I mean,
me.
exactly. So why? And then you go and fuck it up, trying to make it, force it to be something else, because that's what ends up happening. But so I kind of all right. So I fell for it, and Shorty fell for it too. We fell for it, and they got together and
Good to the.
they started getting along and shit.
Oh yeah,
And
you
they
know,
started
honeymoon
hanging out on
phase.
their own sometimes. And I was like, okay, cool. So
Honeymoon
now,
phase.
right, so now that this shit is generating good energy, I'm more pliable. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Oh
oh shit, this
yeah.
might work out. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah, because it's not.
so the baby comes up again, and now they talked about it.
You
She
like,
brought it to
oh,
the other girl, and now they like, okay, yeah, you can have. She, the other girl gives her the go ahead.
girl, we gonna get that baby together. We gonna.
Right, and so at that point,
I feel it.
I was like,
I feel
okay,
it. It
all
sounds good
right,
on paper.
let's,
It
all right,
sounds.
yes, all right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking do it. I'm all about logical shit on paper. It sounds logical.
It sounds like it all line. Okay, so the minute this woman finds out she's pregnant, she
Yeah.
flips the
Wait,
script.
the
Oh my
one.
God, I'm having a
Wait,
daughter.
wait
Oh,
a
what's it
minute.
gonna
Wait,
look
I
like?
thought they
I don't
talked.
want to be.
I thought they talked.
Yeah. Exactly. So that shit was
Wait, what?
it just started this wicked ass negative
You have to live
feedback
through to
loop that
understand.
lasted for years all the way through the rest of the fucking relationship cuz nobody wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? And everybody stayed to get what sometimes I look back and I'm like, yo, everybody the minute the baby got involved, because this is what happens now. She flips the girl that she flips on the second one, the one whose idea the whole poly relationship was. She is not a woman that forgives. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, okay. So the
she's
one that got pregnant flipped, and she flipped on the one that she was cool with, and the one that
me
yeah.
and her. She started fighting with me, and she don't want to be in. She ain't really flip on because now she just cut communication, and this is all coming through me
Yeah.
now, because now she got to ask me, well, what's going on? And I got to tell her like, yo, she's on some other stuff now. She's pissed. The one that got flipped on, the one over here, she's pissed, and that started the grudge that lasted for the rest of the relationship. So now this shit could never be whole.
Right.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? So now, 4 months later, she gets pregnant. Now she's pissed, double pissed. She's like, oh, this bitch got pregnant because I got pregnant, and da da da. And she might have been right, but either way, I tried to explain to her, listen, you don't even have the right to be angry because when you broke your contract with her,
Mm-hmm.
that left no contract between y'all.
Yeah.
She no longer had to care what you
What you
felt
think?
about anything that was going on next.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to use your mature brain. Okay? You can't
You
just
gotta
be
use the mature version of it. Like,
yeah, you can't just be in your feelings. She should have known that well, she couldn't let me have this moment and all of this shit. And I'm just like,
oh, shit.
do you understand what you did? Do you understand what you did to her? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Why y'all don't know how to respect each other's feelings? How you expect me as a man who don't even fucking think like you to respect your feelings, and you won't even respect each other's feelings?
Y'all supposedly think alike.
and y'all think alike.
That's crazy.
So this is where I'm coming into the whole poly thing, because then now, boom, they at odds, but neither one of them want to leave. You know what I'm saying? They both got a baby with me now. Now we all locked into this fucking, death match almost.
This
And
is
I'm like, why would y'all take something that has so much potential and turn it into a goddamn battlefield? So, now the girl still wants a poly relationship. She's like, get somebody else.
Look.
I'm like, what?
Oh, she said, kick her to the boot. Kick her to the boot. Be on to
What
the
are you
next
talking
one,
about?
Jay-Z
I said,
style.
you get somebody else. Because you want a poly relationship. And you saw what happened with the last shit. So why don't you get somebody? That way they here for you. And not for me, and that way we could avoid this bullshit.
Right.
Right? So, she tried for a second, but she ain't got the, women ain't men. They always try to act like they are, but they ain't. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a hunter.
Shit happens to them. We make shit happen. Like, hey, shoot me. But,
Y'all.
so I go and I get another even younger lady, and our story is unique, but she comes into a relationship when both of these other girls are already pregnant. Again, mind blowing. Now, mind you, not one of us is a bum.
Not one of us is a bum. We all got bread.
Right, not one of us is a bum. Like, them three all had careers. One worked for the government, one work in IT, one is work for banking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me, I'm just hustling, trying to make shit happen, but I'm doing a decent job of it. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's like, I'm like, okay, all right, it's a rough start, but it still has...
It still got potential
It
here.
still has such potential. I can see this thing. This could be beautiful. Like, everybody could really be doing very well if we can just stop the blood clot crying and fighting and shit.
Focused on the mission.
See, because this is what happens now. This is what happened with the situation. They all want everything. Like, because when I bring the second one, the third one in, her and the second one get along great for a pretty long time. Matter of fact, I don't know how they getting along now, but they got along. They formed a coalition to rebel against me, and they took my two sons. And they holding them hostage right now. So they still. I don't know how close they are still, but you know what I mean.
Not
like,
a coalition, goddamn.
Yeah. Because I'm like, yo. Yeah. Anyway, but
Damn.
they got along great. You know what I'm saying? So.
Thanks.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to decide like how much detail I really want to get into, because I learned a whole shitload of shit. But I think that's the basics everybody need to know. What happens from there eventually, the other two, everybody becomes disgruntled. Like the first one though, she violates, and then she kind of has to come back around over the course of the relationship. And so, it's crazy how it ends up. But, the other two, us three, we got along great for a while. And then the babies came and they failed each other a couple times and all type of shit happened. Because what happens is now everything that goes wrong in a poly relationship, a man has to understand. Poly, they be calling niggas poly kings and all this shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not with all that, just using that term loosely. But I will say this. There's a reason for calling a nigga a poly king, because being in a poly relationship kind of gives you a really, really, really good taste of kingship. Like, you got to balance different interests, right? And figure out how to be fair with everybody You know what I'm saying? With the limited resource, which is you. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the basis of administering politics in a kingdom or a state or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see that thing with it. But so with that whole situation, the problem, poly relationships, I actually in my conclusion about all of it was that that shit is that has a very very powerful potential for our people, but it also highlights the importance of femininity. You know what I'm saying? Because it does not work with a bunch of egotistical women.
Right.
And ego is the enemy of femininity. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're supposed to be trying to accomplish is, you know what I'm saying, an interaction and interplay where everybody has a good relationship with everybody in the relationship involved, or at least a situation where everybody has established a distance from each other that's comfortable and everybody's operating as a team. Because women, you guys got to understand, this romantic bullshit is not what a relationship is about. It's not the sexy time, the butterflies, all that shit. It just doesn't fucking last, and it'll never last. It doesn't matter who you're with. You know what I'm saying? If you do get it to last, it's because you worked at it and you put the effort in. And you also probably weathered times where it might have been less. Like, you have to stop. What you're doing when you decide to be in a relationship, a long-term committed relationship of any style, is you agreeing to form a team to tackle life. And that right there is why I believe that from a political standpoint, which y'all have to understand is a little bit more important, a lot more important than your damn feelings and your dreams. Okay, from a political standpoint, poly-block families, especially for us to catch the fuck up, right? And because the mathematics of the situation right now that we are in as a people demands it. It is a fucking great model. Like, ladies, you're going to have to stop your demand for the monogamy. Because what you don't understand is the butterfly effects under the circumstance that our nation is under right now. When you demand men to be monogamous in a nation where your women outnumber the men in the nation by double-digit numbers, or even not that much, but we are in that situation. Like, yo, you turned the fucking relationship market into a bloody fucking battlefield of death and destruction, brokenness and mayhem. Like, listen, your sister, you don't give a fuck about your sister? Because that's what I learned in a poly relationship. Bitches do not give a fuck about each other.
No, they be capping. They say they do. They say they love sisterhood, but
they are lying. Them bitches that be saying that sisterhood shit but is single, they are liars. A bitch will rip your face off over some dick, okay? Straight the
oh
fuck up.
man, over some dang leg. They pulling it off.
And don't feel no way about it. And make up a reason why it was your fault. Like,
Justifying it and shit.
that's just how dirty y'all is playing right now, and it don't gotta be like that. Like, honestly, you can't even love us until you start to love yourself, and you can't love yourself. The evidence of whether y'all loving yourself is how you loving each other. Like, yo, I learned these bitches, they don't care about another bitch. They don't care about no kids. They care about their kid. And they barely care about that nigga. Because if they cared about their kid, if they cared about their kid, the father would actually be more important. Because if you ask the kid who the fuck they want to be interacting with, who they gonna tell you?
Hey, daddy.
Okay, so you must not give a fuck about this kid's feelings if you fighting with their daddy. You know what I'm saying? And even if the daddy ain't daddy in the way you think he should be daddy, and bitch, you are not a man. You are not a dad. A dad is not a male mom. A dad's first priority is not to get broken in this world. That's what he's doing for his kids. He's out here making a name. He's out here at least showing motherfuckers, like, I got a backbone and mine are going to be defended.
Right.
And that don't require me to be in the house. That require me to be out in the field. So you and your opinion about how a nigga is daddying is not as relevant as you think it is. What is relevant is how this kid feel, though.
Yeah, it's funny because it all like what you're talking about almost shadows the very argument I've seen before, where it's like black women, or well, they say black women, but women in general, because I don't want to just put race in it. But like women are always in competition with each other, always.
They are, and this shit is natural, but because we animals, right?
Right.
Y'all got to stop trying to duck that part of yourself. You have to recognize and honor that shit so that you can keep it under control. Okay? So you acting like you ain't got every capability to be a bitch. And unrighteously, because you in your feelings. If you don't acknowledge that you have that capability, first of all, you won't stop it. Because you won't acknowledge it when you see it. So y'all got to stop telling yourselves lies about what you really made of. Okay, taking a nigga's kid, like niggas do fucked up shit to y'all, but y'all do shit, women do things that niggas wouldn't even think of doing. Like, nigga don't be keeping the kid from them. Like, he go out and fuck on you. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but the shit y'all be doing, calling police on niggas, taking niggas to court. Like, y'all be on some wild shit. Y'all do shit niggas really wouldn't do to you.
Nah, they be breaking all type of shit, and they'll be the first to say that they wouldn't do it. At least I've been in situations, Oh, I was
Putting
never
court on niggas and all of that shit. Like, listen, you don't drag your brother to Babylon to work out your differences. Like, that applies to you too. Like, any of you women that call yourself women of any kind of book, you're not supposed to do that. You ain't been reading the book. You ain't, whatever book it is, you ain't even been reading that motherfucker, because that you ain't supposed to do that. And a lot of y'all is just on some fuck the book shit, which is cool, but you not learning from life neither. You just want to do any old thing. So anyway, I don't want to get too far off on that, but it's just like, when you make agreements, because like with this poly thing, there's a lot. There's more shit that I've learned too. It's like, ladies, like, y'all are very, very devoted to the what I call the family of your past, and y'all have to come out of that a little bit. I'm not saying you can't fuck with your folk, but
you say you shouldn't put them over your current.
The only reason that you have a family right now, if you have one, is because two strangers, came together and decided to take each other seriously enough for you to have a goddamn family right now to refer back to in the first place. So why do you disrespect your man so goddamn easily in favor of them? You see, your sisters, your mother, all them people, they in your past. I got grandmas, right? I know a lot of y'all got grandmas. You ever see your grandma hanging out with her sister like that? I bet a lot of people probably haven't seen a whole lot of that. Now, I'm not saying it don't happen, but generally they call it a family tree because people branch out and then have their own families and have their own business to deal with. So that's why you usually don't see your grandma hanging out with her sister. Like when your when your grand folks get together, like grand uncles, grand aunts, all that, it's a big event usually, a family big event.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And grandma just ain't chilling with her. Call her sister.
Like your sisters ain't going into the future with you, but guess who is? If you play your cards right, your man. Even your kids will leave your house and have their own shit to deal with. But your man and your kids, that's the family of your future. Your mama and them and your sister and them, your dad and them, that's the family of your past. They going toward the grave. Harsh truth. All of them going toward the grave. These people right here in your house, they going with you into the future, bitch. Why is you so disrespectful of the people right there? And then you can't, but you got the respect that you don't have in your house for anybody, not even the kids, right? You got that respect for your peoples.
That's, like the boss thing you was telling me about.
Exactly. That shit is deadly for femininity. I'm sorry, ladies. Boss bitch ain't it. Like, your purpose is actually to let men use you. Because that's how the whole fucking galaxy, the whole universe was created.
Right.
Mother Chaos allowed God to use her body. And they fight all the time over this shit. That's why you think there's good and evil. Mother Chaos want all of us to have everything we want all the time, anytime, all the time. Manifest that shit, bitch. God like, no. It don't work like that. The whole thing fall back apart. What's wrong? We can't do that. And that's really the nature of the conflict that you experience in life. But that's some deeper shit. But I learned a lot, and I learned some of that from the poly relationship. You know what I'm saying? So family of your past, family of your future, very important. Y'all fuck up a lot of your relationships worrying about people in your past when the nigga right here needs you. Okay? And then you talk about why your family and your marriage and all this fell apart. Because you prioritizing wrong. You can't keep putting your nigga at the bottom of the totem pole of respect, ladies. That is not where he belongs. I'm sorry. Your ego, you're finding it hard to accept that in this day and age. And it doesn't matter who of the two of you made the most money. It matters, do you love this nigga?
Right.
That's what matters. Y'all out here confused about what is romance, what is love, and what, like, y'all just don't know what the fuck you're doing. You talking all of this, I deserve, I want a man that's on my level. When niggas was making the money, did they say I need a woman that's on my level? No. and I know you like, well, I'm a woman and you a man. And I'm like, exactly. Get out of the way. If you want to be taken care of, then you have to let somebody take care. That means you can. And if you was a breadwinner, that means that you're in the position to take care of somebody.
Yep.
And
I just want a breadwinner gonna want a bigger breadwinner.
Yeah, what the fuck is you doing? Like, where is all the resources for the people going? How's that gonna happen if everybody's an elitist? Like, y'all don't understand what none of this shit is really about, this revolution. And this is why I don't like hearing black women talk about black issues. Because the way that I see black women operating right now is bullshit. You don't have the right. Bitch, you've been at the wheel for about 50 years now. Maybe more. All right? Y'all saying ain't nothing going on but the rent.
No progress.
Nigga got, you making money now, and black men can't build. That's what you're saying, right? Okay. Let's take all of that shit and posit it as true. What's your responsibility then, bitch? You got all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Where the schools and hospitals? Where the grocery stores? We make black, the statistic about what the black nation spends, black Americans spend on style, fashion, and luxury, right? Or just consumer spending in general, just what we spend. It's a small GDP. It's the GDP of a nation. Not even no small one either, like a pretty decent sized nation. y'all got all the answers, black girl magic, power, all of that. Where are these institutions then, ladies? Since you know it all and we ain't shit, right? Okay, where are you shit?
Where are you? Where is your shit?
I'm just, and I welcome commentary, like, from all of you ladies. Like, come on. You can't say, okay, this thing, the community needs this, and have the ability and the power and the resources to do it, and say, well, we're ladies. We're waiting for you guys to do it. And then call yourselves adults and
Yep.
bosses and like you better than us. You're actually not.
And that's that's good because I wanted to bring up as an example for anybody who would say like, oh no, we can't, we don't, or we don't have the resources. Well, I remember that Zoom chat that I believe it was like a bunch of black women had for Kamala Harris, and they raised her like how much, like something close to $1 million, or
Easy.
it was a lot of money that was sent to her, So that's an example right there. Y'all could all get on the Zoom channel and get the shit together.
Let's get this hospital going. Let's get the kid, because when you building institutions, ladies, you can control what's happening around here. You just talking.
Right.
And this is what I mean about men and women don't do the same things with money. And this is why, actually, ladies, if you really wanted to operate in favor of the nation, you would be bringing all of that Babylon bread home to your man. Just like when we was out there, the ones getting it, we was bringing the bread home to you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you talking this equality and da-da-da-da-da. That shit starts with you growing the fuck up. Like, it's not that you can't be equal or whatever the case. I don't know what argument you making, right? But listen, this is why I don't fuck with all that queen, king, what's up, king, what's up, bitch. No, nigga, what? If you a king, I should be seeing some kingly things going on around you. I should see impeccable etiquette from you. You know what I'm saying? I should see certain things that's just in order around you and in your whole way of being. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the queen. You mean queen? What's queenly about you? What is it that you doing that has anything to do with queenship?
Working on the middle of the street is not.
Yeah, I ain't even just talking about them. A lot of you is employees and you punching the clock. Like, listen, I'm not with none of the loudest, like, and that's because I'm kind of, I might be called a fundamentalist or an extremist when it comes to being black, and just like, because, and it's not fundamental or extreme, it's just common sense. And niggas have thrown common sense out the window in exchange for things that make life more comfortable for niggas. Because, let's just be honest, like, hundreds of years of fucking crazy ass abuse and all kind, nigga got tired of that shit. I get it.
Nigga said,
but let's stop the lying though. Because that'll keep you here locked up forever. You won't even see your opportunity because you're lying so much, okay? Stop lying. Like, you can't, like, you can't sleep with your enemy, right? And until people, right, just like the last thing, you can't do it. And if you're doing it on any level, even all the way, like, and this is, like, I don't duck myself. Like, I've had to have jobs and all of that. I'm not here super nigga talking or just spilling out my mouth. It's just I'm not going to lie to myself. Like, every time I did it, it wasn't really what I wanted to be doing. And I'm very conscious, and I've always had a drive and an aim toward creating my own things with whatever I could, whatever tools was available, whatever I could put together. If it's just beats, okay, I'm making beats. If it's like it's podcast, fuck it, I put together a podcast. But you create your own shit. So other people got different talents, different access to different shit, Maybe your pops got a lot of tools and shit. Some niggas is into working with their hands and shit. But you gotta be working on your own shit. As black people, it's imperative. You can't just be an employee and sitting out here and your mindsets. It's in the mind. Cause you can't, because we're lying, right? You niggas is in this stupid culture of flossing on each other and shit. Cause you don't even understand that your little stupid beast job that pays you 6 figures is really a step into being a trader, and so you got this pride about it that really shouldn't be there, right? And then so because you got that, you're not even thinking about how you gonna use your position to better the situation of the people. No, you faithful to who's feeding you, right? So you at this point you an agent, like your whole mental ain't even useful for nothing that help the people. Nigga, the first sign of trouble, you either out or you gonna tell. Cause you comfortable where you at. Cause you don't even recognize the struggle no more. Y'all niggas don't even recognize the struggle no more. And that's why cause we on, I always end up coming back around to this, but these things impact because it intersects with my poly relationship. Because, I fuck with black women primarily in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's what you love.
As far as like long relationships, all of my kids are with black women, and it's not even like something I went out of my way to do. But I'm just a black dude, and I'm revolutionary in my thinking, and you know what I'm saying? Shit just happened that way, and I'm not even on some Dr. Umar shit. I'm close to other races of women, but it's just this is how things happen for me, right? And so we would have these conversations, and ultimately, and we kind of getting along now. I don't know if I'll do a part 2 on this. Depends on the response, but yeah, but I will say, like, this is why I have a problem with black women talking about black issues, because listen, the struggle requires sacrifice, ladies.
I was about to say something to try to bring you into this point, but you get into it.
Like everybody's got a job to do. Like, we're actually not in peace times, ladies. I know you can't tell, you don't know because of the technique that they're using, the wage war on us right now.
Yep.
It's very slick, you know what I'm saying? It's sexy as hell. And y'all are really kind of with it, and y'all have to wake up, because niggas can't fight against nothing, and they at home fighting. Like, and the health of the men and the children that have to carry on the fight after us depends on you making the sacrifices necessary to keep health in the home. And health starts with the energy that you're creating in the home. So you can't be at odds with your man, and you cannot keep trying to dominate men, or you're gonna get us all finished. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole creation thing, the concept behind it actually starts with agreement and consent. Okay, ladies, you are extremely right. You are extremely powerful, right? You are extremely powerful. But you're not the mind behind this shit. And Mother Chaos has to allow, she has to agree. So you have to agree to doing things in a systematic way. You have to agree to letting men lead, or we ain't gonna be able to do it. Like, because
like, I remember one of the things you were saying, is that it's like they don't realize we're still in the struggle. Like
no,
as far as black people specifically, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're still in the struggle.
it's not even that they don't realize it. It's just that they don't care no more. And that's the sad thing. You don't care, and the reason you don't care, materialism, like, and this is all spiritual shit. Like, this shit is the struggle, spirituality, religion, all this shit is connected. Like, nigga, think about it. If everybody was righteous and was not constantly able to be bought because they had morals and standards somewhat similar to those in any book, would it be easy for us to be in this state that we in?
Nah, not that. Just me thinking logically, we shouldn't, because a lot of the shit is happening from depraved mindsets and shit.
Materialism.
Niggas doing consumerism and
Like,
partaking
even
in
all that crazy shit going on with Puff. It's like niggas is finally, all of these niggas is, they tapes is coming out, and niggas is, like, niggas is gay for pay. Like, you not and hiding this shit. And it's like, what you do it for? Maybe you ask some of these niggas, maybe some of them is actually gay, but I bet you dollars to donuts that any of these niggas that let that happen to them probably only let it happen once or however many times they needed to get on, and they didn't want that probably. But look at how much of a sucker you are.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To let a nigga do that to you just so that you could sit around here and say you could front and floss on other niggas.
That's
This
super gay.
is and does that have anything to do with the struggle? No, it doesn't, right? So, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having morals and principles will stop shit like that from happening to you. Having morals and principle actually makes you not a slave anymore because you can't be bought. And sometimes that means, yes, you have to be killed, and that's the part of it that people ain't, this is why it's like, it's a really effective technique, plata o plomo. You take my silver, you take my lead, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how they operate. But listen, morals, you got to have a backbone, and this is why, nigga, you better learn how to fight, because this shit is real out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being righteous don't got nothing to do with being a cream puff. Nigga, that just makes it so that it's easy to make you unrighteous. You got to be strong.
Yeah.
You all soft and care about everybody. Yo, nigga, come through with the right game on your ass and you finish. Next thing you know, you into some bullshit.
Yep. It's a lot of good people subjected to bad shit.
Get on.
Sweet.
So when bringing it back to the poly shit, it's like those women didn't understand, right? That, yeah, you having a child don't just create a responsibility from me to you. You create a responsibility.
Between
It's
the
a
both.
two-way. Like, you got a responsibility to me now. How you think you could just pick up? Because I told him, like, listen, this was the big thing, man. Matter of fact, getting all off on, sometimes I get on these tangents, but the struggle always on my mind. But, you ladies got to understand, man, that the type of betrayal that shit really is. To carry a nigga's seed. Because I was the greatest thing since sliced bread up until the baby came. Then all of a sudden, I was a terrible person out the blue. And I'm like, what? Because you trying to justify not wanting to be in a relationship no more because, and this is, a lot of this shit I learned is spiritual, and you women don't understand the threats that exist within yourself. Like, that shit is a nesting response. And yeah, when you going through postpartum and you going through a pregnancy, it's just natural. You're going to a lot of times it's natural for you to start being repulsed by the man for a little while, or to be angry and irritable and all of that shit, and to start rethinking. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But if you
it's crazy because the main thing is like they not mature enough to catch themselves in that fervor of the moment.
because you being miseducated, you got too many bitches in your ear saying fuck him, so it's easy to say, and then they all ready to support you in brokenness, right? But nobody's ready to support you in keeping this shit whole.
Together, you
He did what? I could never fuck. Bitch, that's a fuck nigga.
know.
What?
Just a fuck.
Like, do you bitches be listening to yourselves? Like, and then y'all tell these bullshit ass stories that only tell what the nigga did. It don't never say what you did to the nigga for him to even respond to you like that, right? And all of that shit, you got to stop it. Because you destroying your own homes. You destroying your own dreams. You destroying your own femininity. And you destroying your own nation. Most importantly. Because everybody keep talking this black shit. I am tired of hearing it from a bunch of niggas who don't fucking care.
It's been.
And so there, I'm back on that shit. But listen, here. When you have a nigga's child, right? It's too late to turn around.
You done crossed
Just
the
in
wall
case
bridge.
y'all didn't, just in case you didn't fucking, and some of y'all don't seem to get, like, you can't change your mind about it, you nigga, you should get an abortion before you do that. Do not bring this child into this world and then shit on his father, because you are shitting on the child.
Society
To
has
say
put
his
this
father
child
ain't
on.
shit is to say this child ain't shit. And it's to say that you ain't shit.
Yup.
Because what the fuck is you bringing a child into the world with a piece of shit nigga? Stop letting other people into your head. I don't care if it's your mother. Listen, when you lay down and you fuck, and then especially when you carry the child at 9 months for a nigga, you are making a commitment.
Yep.
And you got to take it more seriously. At very least, there's no reason to be fighting with this man. At very least, you know what I'm saying? Let him administrate his child if you don't want him no more.
Yep.
If
Yep.
you need, if you need a child to do the things you want to do with him, get a nigga who don't want nothing to do with a child, have your baby and leave him alone. But if you have a child with a man, that is his child too. If you have a child with a man that wants his child, because I told these ladies, I said, okay, I understand you don't want to be in a poly relationship anymore. That's cool. Because this shit really fucked me up. Because people don't understand, like, I lost 2 children and 2 women. And these weren't bullshit relationships. Every one of them was unique and its own relationship and deep. They just didn't respect them because they couldn't stop looking at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Looking at each other as competition, yeah,
As competition instead of as sisterhood. You know what I mean? And so
Shit's
what it
crazy.
caused is a dynamic where everybody wanted everything from me, so there was never enough. I'm like, yo, y'all, there's 4 of us in this relationship. We need to be supporting each other. Why is it everybody want everything to come from me? Bitch, y'all could watch each other's kids. Like, y'all could help either, because I'm going to be there. I'm there, but it's even better when everybody is working together.
And
I can't be the only person that everybody is calling for this, that, or looking to for this and that. Like, so...
Yeah,
You know,
that's exactly those. And I mean, of course, this is me being on the outside looking in, but all of that just tells me that it seems like they got caught up in the social media trend. Because you would think that if you're gonna want to practice something like that, you would know that, right? Like, or you would even
exactly
apply it to that measure, because they breaking it down to you like, oh yeah, we could do this, we'll be sister wives and all of that. But then when the time to execute
for execute, it just couldn't, and a lot of it had to do with just not respecting each other's feelings as women. That was the shit that was bugging me out, because like when when the first one tripped after she got pregnant, yeah, she was wrong, but then the other one is like unforgiving. And I'm like, yo, why as a woman you can't understand why she would make this mistake? And just because what happened was because she got so resentful, she just started pouring gas on the fire. Like, and I'm just like, listen, I tried to explain to her because shit was crazy because she had a thing. Like, she had a complex, a control complex. I see it now. But, she was wanting to be a queen and all of this shit. And I was like, entertaining this shit, right? And I was trying to teach her, like, listen, the role of queenship is like, listen, you can't be old. You got to be chill. It's not an overbearing role. It's not a domineering role.
Right.
It's a role of guidance and shit like that. So you supposed to kind of, if you want to be in the quote unquote head position in a poly situation, which I really didn't believe in like that, especially once the kids came. Because the minute the kids came, and this was a big conflict, I realized that I can't treat anybody better than anybody else, because that would be treating the kids. I'd be treating my kids one better than anybody else, and I wasn't willing to do that. Right? So I got to treat all the women fair. You know what I'm saying? And that became a big issue with the one whose idea it was, because that's how she was trying to see it. But I'm like, listen, you doing it wrong. It could actually be.
It's almost sounding familiar. I mean, I'm not in that realm, but it almost sounds like you want to be like, because like when you have like niggas be pimping and shit, don't they be having something known as a bottom bitch? And that's supposed to be the one that you give more attention to, and that's what this queen role.
And she's supposed to be the one that understands the game the best and helps keep the other women in order. Right. And keep them into the program that's being run here and being put together. So if a woman, again, as a man, you got to, especially in a situation like that, you've got to keep all of these women with enough of what they need and want. Mm-hmm. And that's just the bottom line. And the thing about it is that that's absolutely possible for a guy, as much as women swear it's not. Because another thing I learned about these bitches, they don't want you around all the time, especially these modern women. Like, I think a little space in a relationship is a good thing. Like, have different houses and conduct this, like, even if you're married, like, because I think, women and men are just kind of different. And you need room and space to be a whole woman and not worry about my judgment. And I need space to be a whole man and not worry about your judgment. So,
that's true.
Again, one thing I'm big on, and I was big about this during the time, is like, one size don't fit all when it comes to relationships. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. And that's a big problem, I think, that's going on out here, especially with this pluralistic society we got right now. For people who trying to do everything in one way, traditional, like, and you're not taking into account even your own nature, much less the next person's nature.
Right.
Like, these niggas in here want to get into a monogamous marriage, but you's a fucking dog, and you about to cheat on this bitch. Why? Why are you doing that?
Why'd you do that, bro?
These bitches know they don't want no nigga telling them nothing and all this shit. Why is you marrying a man and then expecting him to be a man? Like, bitch, you have to submit if you want to be married to a man. What's wrong with you? Don't turn our marriage into a battlefield. Bitch, don't marry me. Don't marry me. Don't ask me for marriage. Because, I tell people, bitches, like, listen, I believe in God for real. Now, I told every one of them, because one of them, that was a thing for her. She wanted to be married. I'm like, listen, I believe in God for real, not for fake. So if you think by some temporary insanity on my part or some trick or something that you ever drag me to an altar and call God down from heaven to witness this and vows and shit. If we say death do us part, okay, and you think you about to divorce? Bitch, somebody got to die. I don't play with God like that. Somebody got to die if you think you ready to leave. So unless you ready to play for those stakes, don't holler at me about no marriage, because I'm not, I don't even believe we probably should be taking oaths like that, according to what I've seen and read. But, you know, everybody, whatever floats your boat. I'm not doing that, though.
Right.
I'm not doing that because I can't trust y'all. Well, you think I'm going to go to make a blood oath to God with a nigga that's playing?
What? Y'all gonna be like, you should've, you ain't vet the nigga you was making this oath with, my nigga, like.
No, niggas don't take life serious enough. You think it's a game, like it's a Barbie doll. You just go marry another guy. Oh, that didn't work out. Marry somebody.
Marry somebody else. So just divorce. Keep motherfuckers out here with 10 divorces.
You think that shit is a game, man? Like, I mean, you gonna find out in due time, but I don't think it's a game.
Right.
Like, people, you be fucking people hearts up and people be fucked up, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
hurt people
don't got their fathers, and they grow up and they be, you know,
hurt
fucked up
hurt people.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about breaking generational curses, and all you can talk about is how fucked up it was for grandma. You not, it's bitches that don't want to be grandma no more. Y'all started the generational curses in the family. Niggas wasn't dealing with brokenness in the home until like the 70s, like that, nigga. So who you breaking generational curses, or you creating generational curses? Which one?
Inversion. They whole life inverted. Whole time.
What generational curses are we talking about? Exactly. What, being a family?
No, not having money. That's the only one they refer to.
Like, you fucking greedy, hungry hip hoes, man. Like, you bitches is like, you shine eye, a bunch of blood clot, little shine eye girl out there. You have this term in Jamaica, shine eye girl. You see it, you want it. Everything where you see, you want it. And you wonder why you fucking swallowing poison so much. It's everybody else's fault. Nah.
Right. Right. You wonder why you poisoning your hair, poison on your nails, poisoning your cosmetics, poison everywhere. Cause you.
Right. You just not finding out, and you still don't care. These bitches will go and you still don't care. You go and inject your ass with fucking cement. I mean, fucking tire. Like,
tire, flat, fix a flat looking.
Right, fix a flat shit. Bitches in silicone. Like, listen, like, I'm not. Again, for me, I look at this shit, right, and I've become more neutral about it. I speak strongly about it just because niggas are so stupid. But my whole thing is really not even, like, listen, you gotta accept the results of the things that you choose to do and be.
Right.
You got to do that. That's because you have to make sense. That
goes back to what you said in the previous one. You know, don't lie to yourself.
Exactly. Like, if you, like, niggas be all offended by everybody else's attitude toward niggas, but you give them anything
to
respect about you.
We give them plenty of ammunition.
You know, and then, okay. Basic shit. It's just like, you can't, you mad at, you know, black people financial. What are you niggas doing besides hustling each other?
Hustling each other, though, that's the thing.
Right. Like, what did you expect? You expect these people to give you shit? You ever been robbed before? I don't know.
Ain't shit coming back.
If you've been robbed, You just robbed. Like, what is you doing sitting here expecting these niggas to give you something back? What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Like,
Give him back. I only know one nigga who get this shit back, and that was Get Back Gully. He went and got his shit back.
right. What the fuck is you talking about? Give me. Anyway. I gotta watch this episode over.
No, you do.
Because we went a lot of places, but I tried to keep it on the poly. But a lot of that shit, you know, that's how my mind works. Like, y'all niggas done forgot this shit, and it just appalls the shit out of me. Because, yo, even that relationship, you know, shout out to the ladies, man. Like, y'all, I don't hate y'all. Like, the ones who violated me, you know what I'm saying? But well, everybody violated me. All three of them violated me. You know,
Still got love
y'all
for you,
y'all destroyed something that could have been great. And you know, with regard to my sons, man, I'ma see y'all, but I can't do it on hostile ground, yo. I'm not doing that because somebody's gonna get hurt. So I don't want to do that, and I'm not dealing with none of that. So.
Right.
Young men, this stuff will be up here, whether I survive or not. And you'll be able to know who I was, what I was about, and all the rest of that. So, you know,
So as a
let
quick,
this shit run too much. Go ahead, though.
yeah, I was gonna say just as a quick wrap up for anybody who made it this far, right? If you was to say, like, wrap up into maybe 2, 3, or 5 bullet points, you know, what exactly the pros and the cons that you've learned from this poly experience that you've had. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I got to drag this shit out a little longer because
I done asked a good question for that, right?
no, it was just as you was asking it, I remembered something else too that I really wanted to highlight, and that was that I asked these ladies when they left the relationship, because this part is crucial. I said, okay, you don't want to be in a relationship anymore, but you have something that's mine. You have my son, and these both are sons, right? I'm like, listen. And they knew this before I believe they even conceived that I was on this shit, but 10 and 10. Like, and in this modern world, I want to say this shit very loud. I hope, you know, it's not coming too late on the video for people to pick up on it. But 10 and 10, man. Like, ladies, all right, you can be as independent as you want, but those children, you have to share them with us, okay? Because they need us. And if you and this man can't work it out, man, stop bringing niggas to court. Stop doing all of that. You just helping a sinister element and empowering sinister elements. 10 and 10 contract, every kid. If we don't want to make it law, then it needs to be tradition and cultural. 10 years with the mother, 10 years with the father. At least the child can come out balanced, even if the homes can't be complete. Because the homes ain't going to be complete as long as y'all don't want to honor the yin and the yang.
Right.
And that's just point blank, period, because that's universal law. You weren't created to be in charge of men, none of that. Men were created to be in charge of you. Until you want to get back to that, hey, we don't even got to fight no more about it. But just share the kids, though, 10 and 10. The kids will come out better for it, I promise you.
Yep.
And as far as the bullet points, you said bullet points are things that, pros and cons?
Yeah, just
Okay.
like 1 or 2 pros, 1 or 2 cons.
Pros of the cons of poly I start with. Like, women are emotional. Women have to be very mature and emotionally controlled to be in a poly relationship, and the state of most women nowadays, they're not fit for it. They think their animal nature of being territorial is something that should be multiplied and lauded or whatever, or respected, and it's just not. And this is another big point I wanted to make too. You ladies don't understand it. Y'all been talking about unity in the black community and shit for a really long time now.
Very.
We as black people have been talking this unity shit forever. Why do you think it's so difficult? Ladies, unity is actually your responsibility first before anybody else can get it right. Until y'all are able to get along with each other, even if it means sharing a little dick, alright? I don't mean a little dick, but you know what I'm saying? if y'all, until y'all get to where y'all can, like, be happy for each other the way that y'all should be, you should be.
You know you should.
Until you can care about each other the way that women are supposed to be caring about each other. Not this egotistical bullshit, fuck him shit. This, hey sister, let me help you
Destroy your life today.
yeah, no, we not, you know what I'm saying? We not, you gotta be, because caring about the people, the black people, actually means caring about, like, all of us, including men. Right? And it's actually very important to care about the black men if you want to call yourself caring about black people, because we are the ones, as I had just shown you the evidence of, regardless of what these women are doing, it's only us that's going to carry it forward. Y'all got all this money and influence right now, and I'm not impressed with what you've done with it.
I was about to say that.
Black woman, I'm not impressed. So, y'all be asking how can a young teenager shoot another young man in the face and not care? How? The same way that you can have a man's baby and turn on him and not care, because that's cold-blooded shit too. Really cold-blooded.
That is
way more cold-blooded than you think, ladies.
It is very. Remember, you had to carry it 9 months.
You carried me inside you for 9 months and said I wasn't shit. That's cold-blooded. So don't ask why these boys could shoot each other in the face. You know what I'm saying? It starts with you. It's just harder to see.
And we're not blaming you, by the way, because, they jumped to conclusions. That was in no way blaming you.
Everybody has their place and their responsibility, my man. It's like, you could take it how you want. Yeah, it's blame. Like, yo, a motherfucking killer comes out of a womb too. So what was we really saying right now? It all starts with you. So you can keep leaving all the responsibility on men and not going into yourself and figuring out what your responsibility is if you want. But ain't nothing gonna change. You know what I'm saying? The men are changing.
Yeah. Men
y'all not changing. Like, we seeing it. Y'all going out, singles night, all of that. You've accomplished your goal. Niggas leave you the fuck alone. Like, when are you gonna change? Like, we didn't get to this point in society because feminism didn't bring us here. Okay, let's just be clear and honest. Okay, men and women still dance together at a party back in the patriarchy. Okay, we so at odds. I've noticed. I go to every club. Men and women don't even dance with each other no more.
Mm-hmm.
So which one is actually better? Feminism has been working, and this is where it's brought us. So.
Yep. And
you're going to have to start using some logic eventually, ladies, and stop using just your feelings. That shit is destroying our relationship with each other. It's destroying our families, and it's destroying our nation. It wasn't ever our fight to start with. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to put it down, and it's too late probably. The train is already gone or careened off the track, but You know, and so motherfuckers might just have to be saving themselves, and this is why I'm where I'm at, because I'm like, this shit is a fucking mess. There is nothing left here for me to fight for. But yeah, as usual, I've taken it. So the the fucking pros, yeah, man. The cons is dealing with the ladies and the mindset, and also you and yourself. You got to be a disciplined man. Can't play favorites. You know what I'm saying? You got
So
to.
it's safe to say that ain't no shit niggas should just be thinking they can goddamn do just because they want to have multiple.
Well, you know, yeah, you got to have a headspace that can handle a lot of chaos and bring calm to it. Cause yeah, it's a lot. I wouldn't recommend it for dudes who don't have a good control over their orb. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, they're gonna try you. Because you know they another thing, primal shit. These bitches gotta know you worth what they giving you, so they're gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta stand up. That relationship lasted for years, man. We was together, maybe all three of us, 3 to 5 years. The timeline is funny because when I got out, I got out in 2017. I met my daughter's mother in that summer, 2017. And that shit didn't fall apart till 2022, probably, all the way apart.
Okay.
You know, went through a lot of stages and shit, but yeah, it was for years, man. The first two, the grudge match twins, 7-8 years. That shit. 6-7 years, because I think it's been a year or two since it's all been over.
It's ridiculous, man. That grudge matching. Crazy.
So then the pros though if the women can, if everybody can play their role and them stay in order with each other, it shit has tremendous potential. You know, you have the ability to homeschool the kids because you got at least 3 people in the relationship, so you got 2 incomes. Somebody can make that their priority, or you can go for 3, you know what I'm saying, incomes. And now you got a larger block of cash to deal with. So now you can deal with investments. Somebody, you know, might, once y'all put away enough, somebody can take off and just deal. It's just a lot of things you can do. And then it's depending on what y'all skills and talents are, man. Listen, if 2 heads is better than 1, what?
For 3 years. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's a fast track way to build a dynasty. The shit that black people have been trying to do for millennia.
Last but not least, children are valuable. Let's be clear, especially when they're well trained. And so, you can have an impact on the world from that block, especially if it's all under the leadership of one man. Ladies, you have to understand this equality relationship shit. Let me give you a clear, simple metaphor to help you understand why. Excuse me. Help you understand why that shit is a lie. 2 people can't drive a car. You're gonna crash. You can't have 2 people hands on that steering wheel. It's ill-advised to have 2 people's hands on that steering wheel, especially during evasive maneuvers. Okay?
You're trying to get up out there.
It'll never work. Go ahead and try it at home. 2 people can't drive a car. There's a lot of other ways I can put that, but our time is very long. So, yeah, it's just not possible. And when all the kids and everybody is under one authority, It's not to say that everybody don't have say and can come up with ideas for, but the final decisions and the general strategy and the general mission and impact, this is under one man. One man has the final say with that. The reason being, that's how you drive a car accurately. All right, so now all of these kids is gonna be sent out, and they're gonna have the same ideology. They ain't all these different kids, different men, different upbringing, different households. Like, it's chaos. You know what I'm saying? Bring them up under one man leadership. Whether he's a little harsh or whatever you think, stop judging this nigga. As long as you're not killing everybody, right?
As long as you got
Goddamn.
good intention,
Yeah.
what he's trying to do. Like, come on, let's not act like you can't. Y'all act like y'all don't know. The fuck, man.
Yeah, cause focus is better than unfocus any day of the week. And if you can, and this is how nations are built. This is how agendas are carried out over courses and spans of years and generations. This is what you see other people doing in the world, which is why they are where they are and you are not.
Yep.
It takes discipline.
Wonder why you don't have, or you're not born into a rich family is because they had generations of plotting to get there.
Right. It's not so much that people robbed you as much as you think. Like, niggas been robbing themselves. Niggas been robbing each other. Look at y'all. Like, come on, you can't blame this shit on nobody. Like, yo, man, I get it. There's a lot of shit going on, but until we not sabotaging ourselves, we not even qualified to talk about how other people are sabotaging us, and it's just a harsh fact.
Yeah.
Nigga, you want to be a fucking cat and a dog, you want to be fucking treated like that. Like, that's just how it is.
Thanks.
Right, you want to run around like, without no purpose, focus, other than getting a bag. Like, that's how people deal with you in the world.
Yeah.
Then you find, then niggas be wondering why you find yourself on the wrong side of history. General Langley over there trying to murder the world's hero right now. Look at you. Look at what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
Why he doing it? Because it's his career. What does that boil down to? Get a bag. Like, you niggas don't got no fucking honor.
Right. Yeah, man. Y'all go ahead. If there was anything you was fucking with, you go ahead and like, share the video, comment. You probably got more to comment than anything, so go ahead and say something.
Yeah, man, say something to me. Let me know what you got to say, man. Tell me your opinion. Ladies, man, take that challenge up. Y'all, what you been doing with all this money? Why we ain't seen no schools and hospitals and shit? Like,
them niggas over there in Timu getting rich. That's why.
You know what I'm saying? Fashion Nova's done very well off of y'all.
Fashion Nova. I remember when they was on some little shit, they done sprawled out.
Y'all been ragging on Dr. Umar. All right. Where's your school?
Factuals.
Y'all, you need men on your level, or you making all 100,000, 6 figures, all this and that. What you doing with it?
Come on now.
This question I got for y'all. Father, Son, Trolley Ghost.
Trolley Ghosts. We out.
We out.